Hey folks, and welcome back to Maypole Farm. And as I said I was going to do, I did a hay baling contract. It wasn't quite as generous as the silaging contract, but we now have hay, silage, and straw. And we also have the wheat and the potatoes, which means we can probably get cows. I've also had the random straw bale that we lost delivered. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If you're not sure what I'm going on about, when I removed the round baler that I originally brought, that caused us to teleport across the map at one point. Yep, nothing like a well-tested mod from ModHub. That had some texture issues that were showing up in the log. So I was kind of thinking about removing it anyway. And then the first time that we used it, it caused me to teleport across the map. When I used it with this tractor, it was fine on the big Fendt, but anyway, so I removed it. But it seemed to come with custom bales as well. So when I removed it, it removed the bale, the only bale that I had created with it. So the suggestion was to add back the bale that we lost. So that's that bale. We've then got 4 hay bales that we got as the excess, and all of the silage bales over there. Probably I should put the hay bales in a shed, but for now I think they're going to live outside next to the silage bales just for space reasons. So they're quite big hay bales, so the fact that we got 4 is maybe not a massive problem. Apart from the fact that it might limit us to doing only 4 mixes unless we put partial bales in. There is no minimum on... yeah, there is actually a minimum. I think there's a 20% minimum. Get out. I've got a song stuck in my head at the moment, and that was me starting to hum a part. But yeah, 20% minimum on hay, so we might have to use the absolute minimum. It's an As December Falls song, if you didn't tell from that little intro that I was humming away at, who are one of my favourite bands at the moment. So yeah. So let's get these put somewhat organised. We need to get a bale shredder. I want to quickly check on the corn as well. Also, thank you to Cav for pointing out that I don't remember if I said last time that it was Easy Dev Tools that was making me jump stupid amounts, and now I don't think I can jump over the hedge. So the next growth state we will be able to forage the corn, but thanks Eagles, apparently we'll get more if we do it in 7, but I might do it in 6 just so we can get it fermenting. Yeah, so we need to get a straw blower, a forage mixer, and I will probably... I don't know whether to lease the animal trailer or just get the animals delivered to the farm. I'm not sure which will be more cost effective. The other thing I am thinking about doing is giving the gearbox in the Fendt a darn good service, which means sorting out the fact that it takes forever to change gear. So we're going to go Holsteins, and probably we will need to cycle through things a few times to get ourselves some good animals. That is a pretty tasty looking bull, though. Yeah. But first we're going to head to the store, and first we're going to check the sales. Bag of discounted mineral feed is quite tempting. discounted bale of straw is quite tempting. Let's focus on what we need first. Ooh. Does that hold? 18,000 litres. So we're going to want to feed around 20,000 or more a day. So actually that's pretty good. Let's just check the non-sales, but I think that might be what we end up buying. Everything else is really freaking expensive. Yeah, I think that's going to be the one we need to go for. We also need a straw blower. We might have to... 30 grand on a straw blower is rather a lot. We might have to lease the straw blower for a bit. Or wait for one to crop up in the sales. So let's buy that. Should have got it delivered to the farm. We're going to lease the straw blower. I don't think we can afford to buy that at the moment. It seems like the modder who does things like lease to own is kind of dormant at the moment, but yeah. I need to reset the store buy point as well to not be being charged for delivery anyway. Let's get back up to the store and pick our stuff up. We're going to have to do a couple of runs. And then we'll have a look at whether we lease an animal trailer or whether we get the animals delivered. We might just get them delivered just for ease of time. Still have not done number plates. I'm sorry, folks. It was a week last week. That's why there's been a massive gap in content. And I say end, from about Tuesday. Last week was exhausting. Yeah, I decided that rather than force myself to do things and basically be doing them while I was falling asleep, I was not going to do that. So, yeah. That's why there was a gap. I considered starting again yesterday, which was Saturday. But after I'd done a fairly massive training run, I was exhausted and yeah, just didn't have the energy. So apologies for that, folks, but is the reality of life. I didn't like it. Didn't like it at all, but just kind of had to suck it up. I was so exhausted at the end of last week. I was basically finishing work and falling asleep. But yeah, work was mentally draining. Just had a nasty moment. Yeah. I had store delivery set for the baling contract that I was doing. A horrible feeling that my stuff might be down in field 93. No. Okay. Thought this was the field that I did hay in. Okay. I now have no idea where my feed mixer has gone. Ah, I did another contract as well, which I forgot about. I did a cultivating contract in field 27. I'm going to get everything back to the farm. Did I mention that I'd been quite tired lately? That'll teach you for overtaking when you shouldn't, buddy. And I'll be back because I completely forgot that I did that other contract. Yeah, you've embarrassed yourself now, haven't you, fella? Yeah. Yeah, I did a cultivating contract as well. I'll go get those, and I'll see you back at the farm. Well, that wasn't too awful, and I've spoken to the store, and to make up for that little mix-up, go with it, folks. Go with it. They're going to deliver the straw bale that we want to the farm. Basically, I was going to buy it when I got to the store and get it loaded into the blower, but obviously that doesn't work. So yeah, and if we're going to do that, we might as well buy the pallet of mineral feed as well. Hey, yeah, I know. Hey, this roleplay stuff's fun, isn't it? Yeah. So we're going to do that. Because that kind of makes sense. There is a little bit of a funny with this budget feed mixer that we've got. It seems to be missing a one of the axle stands or whatever. I guess because it was cheap. So yeah, there is that. Funny, but anyway. So yeah, we're going to get some stuff delivered from the store because of their little screw up. So it's 4 pallets of mineral feed for 300 quid. That's a bit of a bargain. That's definitely too good to miss out on. And it's 5 bales of straw for 200 quid. Okay. Again, I'm not going to argue. That's quite random, but quite a good deal. So, yep, that helps us out an absolute ton. So then we need to look at animals. And we'll start off putting them in this shed. And I wanted to look at delivery cost. So it's 500 for the bull and then 60. So quite cheap for the other animals versus we'd end up doing basically 3 trips with that trailer, and it would cost us 500 to lease it. So basically paying double to not have to drive. I like that idea. Time is money, folks. Time is money. So the thing is, we need some better animals, and there was, where's it gone? Sure, there was an option. Realistic livestock, reset animal dealer. So if we try that, does that give us... It does. So what have we got? 12 months old. She looks pretty darn good. Transport fee is 100. I'm not too worried about that. We'll take you. 11 months old. All very good. Yep, we'll take you. 60 months. That's quite old, isn't it? I think. Maybe we won't take you. Too young. Too young. Bull-wise. 13 months. Very high milk production. Now, to be honest, that is a darn good looking bull. Star, you look kind of average all round. 11 months old. Everything is... I think we take you as the bull because you're about to come of age. So let's buy those 3. Buy selected. Yes. Okay. And then we want to reset it again. I know this might seem a little bit cheaty, but, you know, needs must and all that. Otherwise, we're going to end up waiting forever to get our cows that we want. It's something that people quite often had warned me about with this. 10, 7. We go for the 10. You're not brilliant. If you feel this is too cheaty, oh well. You look pretty good. 12 months old, 13 months old. Yep, we'll take you too. I kind of see it as you're going to different dealers. So, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 heifers and a bull so far. Maybe we go with that and see how things look. So we need to load some straw up. Let's turn off that. And we might as well load up some of those newly bought bales. That was an utter bargain. Good suggestion. Wasn't expecting to get 5 bales for 200 or 300 quid. We bung in a couple of bales. I find out they're decent sized bales as well. Nice. This is where I also find out our little tractor can't get up and over the bale shredder. Yeah. On the plus side, at least open the back of this guy up. Feed mixer might be a different challenge. I need to get a real tractor. Not that we can afford another tractor, but you know. And I love this little Deutz. It's awesome. functionality might be an issue. You know? Well, that went well, didn't it? I knew I should have lined up properly on the back of it. Go on. Realism, folks, is key, remember. Go on. Go in that way. That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Yep, that'll do. If I remember rightly, we can just drive. Hopefully this goes in as bedding. Let's quickly check. Animals, cowshed, straw. Awesome. No idea how much they take, but that's a happy cow. That's a happy cow. I think 10,000 litres will be a good start. I can't remember what I said, but how much bedding they will use. I know an adult cow is going to use 4,000 litres of food in a month. So about 2,000 litres a day, which is why I wanted an 18,000 litre or a 20,000 litre feeder, because I was planning to get 10 heifers. So, but anyway, that's some bedding done. I guess because this is a rental, we should think about covering it up. I should have got a bucket. Hey, maybe they delivered a bucket when they delivered the other stuff. I'm really worried about reaching into the feed mixer with our little tractor. Really don't think it's gonna work. Guess we're about to find out. So we need to put in at least 3,600 litres of hay. And yes, we got a front loader bucket delivered. We got the other stuff delivered. There it is, see? So we need to do about half a bale of hay. Pick it up quite low, but not that low. Yeah, it's literally half a bale. Right. See if we can get her in the mixer and keep it on the tines so that we can pull it back out again. Could be interesting, folks. This could be interesting. Bear with me whilst realism happens. There we go. There we go. So yeah, we need to keep an eye on how much is in the mixer. I say we need at least 3,600 litres in there to get a valid mix. And then we'll go heavy on the silage, I guess. I hope we don't run out. We're going to have to do some more hay contracts. Or I'm going to have to do some more in the background, basically. to stock up on more hay. I guess we could end up just feeding straight silage if we need to through the winter. That won't be the end of the world. We will be able to keep them alive doing that. Don't go in the mix. Oh, look at that. That works. It's a perfectly functional and realistic way to do things. And we've still got enough hay in the bale to make another mix. Now this could be a challenge. I didn't think this through, did I? You are correct, I did not. This is just going to make a mess. Yep, you're right, it did just make a mess. But again, needs must, folks, needs must. I think we're going to need to put 2 bales of silage in. I think a priority is going to have to be a better loader tractor, as much as I hate to admit it. Much as I love this little guy, he is not fit for purpose when it actually comes down to doing the job. We will make do for today. See what we can sort out for next time. Not good. Keep the weight low. Keep the center of gravity low. Try not to fall over. Have TMR, which is good. Seems to be very slow chewing through bales. No, here's what it is. Should probably have tipped out some of the potatoes, but we'll forego potatoes for today. I don't remember the, let's turn off super strength, percentage of mineral feed we can use. Let's go no more than 10% of each of those, and wheat, which would be 1,800 litres, which would be a bucket, well, a bucket and a bit full, so let's do a bucket full of each of those. Because a bucket is 1,000 litres. Make it go a little bit further. If we can get 1,000 litres in each in, I guess. If we can even get the bucket in. Of course we can. Little bit of potatoes would have been quite good for just rounding out the mix, but that would mean decoupling the tractor, the big tractor, and putting it on the trailer, and I just can't be bothered, genuinely. that is going to be our mix for today. So we are we used to Maize Plus 20% hay, 68% silage, and then 5% each of, it doesn't add up to 100 obviously, wheat and mineral feed. So there's obviously a bit of rounding in there. And if I haven't broken things, that should give our cows all of their food needs. Got automated watering, so, and because it's the end of the month, our smaller cows should age up. So we'll have a look at that. But yeah, that should last 5 cows. But yeah, our bull and our single heifer should mature overnight. So let's have a look at that, and we might have some things to do in the morning. Like feed the cows again. Oh, it's still only 11 months. Okay, I would have expected that to have changed. Interesting. Food-wise, they used about what I expected. No milk yet. Pregnant, no suitable animal. So I did say that the ones that were, I guess they wouldn't be in calf because of their age. And Buddy needs to be a little bit older, I would guess. Yeah. So, that suggests to me we want to be buying 12-month-old heifers. Let's visit another animal dealer. Done. Okay. 12 months. You are pretty good. You are very good. So we'll buy both of those. And three. Oh, this is a Neptune. Oh, that's awesome. Strong Russian bull. Very old Russian bull, though. He's very good. And a decent price. Do I buy that bull and sell our bull? I think so. We sell. Then hopefully, we just have to wait for them to get pregnant, and you just need to age a little bit. And then we have to wait the 10 months. Right, that's that done. Then we can check on our fields. So that's ready to be foraged now, I think. should be, doesn't say it is, but it should be forage ready. Got manure. Awesome. I don't know why I'm excited about that. But we have our first cows, and honestly, I think that might be it for today, folks. Next time we will tackle the foraging. Yes, it's a bit of a short one, I'm afraid. But needs must. So, and I'm kind of excited that we've got the cows. I will fettle the gearbox on the Fendt. What we should do, I need to get all of this stuff put away, but we should take a trip up to the store before we finish. Grab the disc harrow so that we can get the wheat field disked. That's going to go to corn next time. But we could, because it's sat doing nothing, we could get that disked and we could put OSR in it. And get a pathetically small subsidy off it, I think. So yeah, let me know what you think about that idea. And I will see you all next time.